What a night for Hodges, Alan and Chris say. What a night for the Steelers. What a morning for football fans. Welcome to GMFB. We're live in New York City. Happy Monday. It's October 14th. My name's Kate Burleson. Peter Schrager's here. Kyle Brandt is here. And we've got your highlights. Things got funky last night at the Dignity Health.
Did you miss the Sunday Nighter? How dare you? Let's go to the dig, Kay. We have the Chargers and we have the Steelers. And I'm going to give you a shot of Steelers rookie quarterback Devlin Hodges. Why is he wearing a duck shirt? Oh, well, because of this.
Okay.
Bradshaw, Roethlisberger, and that guy, takeaways leader as a rookie, scoops and scores, and they are going crazy at the dig for the Steelers. Now, 7-0. Next possession, guys. Rivers over the middle, deflected. Guess who gets it? Devin Bush. Wearing that old Joey Porter double nickels. He was incredible. All right, look at leads NFL in takeaways. They got a great team. That was a slip and slide.
You got the quotes.
All right, so Duck. He was also in the junior duck calling championships. Down, up 14-0. He goes to James Conner, who breaks a tackle and walks in there. Everything's coming up. Duck. This table celebrates Howard the Duck. This was Devlin the Duck last night. And Juju and Jason. Look at the Steelers fans in Los Angeles. Fourth quarter, though. Phil Rivers always battles back. How do you beat a duck? Well, obviously, you go to a hunter.
Nice.
Hunter Henry is back. Touchdown. Unbelievable. He points to the sky. So are the Chargers going to pull this one? They are sort of at home, I guess, but under a minute left to go. Backed up their own end zone. Down touchdown. Rivers lets this one go, and no, it is intercepted by Cameron Sutton. Rivers had to escort a Steeler away from him. He was ornery as hell, and I don't blame him. But guys, where do Ducks belong? On top of Rivers. And they were in this one as well. Quack, quack, 24-17 Steelers. Let's hear, though, from number 30, James Conner, who looked just as good as Linda Hamilton in the new Terminator movie. What do you got, James?
There's huge momentum for us going forward. For us to get, points on defense, that's huge. And so for them, man, just playing tough and Cam Sutton, he's a guy right there. I've been new to the talent level that he had, and so he played really big tonight. And defense was just making plays.
James Conner has more touches a game, scrimmage yards a game, yards per touch, and scrimmage touchdowns in the last 3 weeks than the first 3 weeks of the season. They are trending in the right direction, and they are going to have a little bit of a rest by here in Week 7. Thoughts on this game, Nate Burleson?
Devin Bush was fantastic.
Yeah, he was.
Man's a little undersized, but he's fast, he's strong, he's compact. Kind of reminds me of a young Bobby Wagner. The way that he was flying around that field, led the team with tackles with 7. Had a pick, a pass breakup, and the fumble recovery TD, as we're showing you right here. One of these versatile young linebackers that has came in as a rookie and established himself as a leader. I remember right out the gate when he was in camp, they said the first day on the field, he was talking like he has been there for 10 years. And I remember before that, during the draft, he had that strap outfit with the buckle. And I knew ever since then we better buckle up because this dude is one of the best, not just in his class, but could be one of the best linebackers of his era.
Great. So this is a fight, though, at Defensive Rookie of the Year, right? Devin Bush in the mix. You've got Bosa there, Brian Burns, Chase Winovich. I can't wait to see how it shakes out, but Bush is leading the way.
That should be a good race as it goes, but he might not be the best rookie on the Steelers. This Duck Hodges, I'm all in. I'm all in on Duck, and I love it when Tafoya is already referring to him as Duck. Like, not
so
even
good.
She doesn't say Devlin/Duck, it's Duck. And you know what? The Steelers fans showed me something. I was in Los Angeles this weekend.
Yeah?
And I'm out in front of the hotel. It's all Steelers.
Really?
Yinzers, you've got your, and I don't know if that's an offensive term.
I don't think it is.
They said Yinzer Mob on a sign.
I think they like
that's
it.
what they call themselves. But this is at a visiting stadium. Michael Vick, who I work with on the weekend, is at the game, and he's texting me, and he's like, dude, it is all Steelers fans.
Former Steeler.
He's a former Steeler. It's all Steelers fans. They traveled. They have not given up on this team. Tomlin has not given up on this team. And Duck Hodges has not given up on this team. They just went into a team that went to the divisional round of the playoffs, went into their building, sold the whole thing out, made it all yellow, and just wiped the floor with a team that was a Super Bowl contender before the season started with their, fourth quarterback, Devlin Duck Hodges. Steelers have not given up. We might have given up and thought we're done with the Steelers.
That's a good point.
They have not. That whole fan base traveled, and Los Angeles may never be the same.
How did this happen? Last year, I love that you bring this up. Last year, don't we all remember that Sunday Night Football game? Phillip Rivers going to Pittsburgh and beating their QB1, Ben Roethlisberger, in an impressive game. Now you lose at home, where you home-ish, where you are 1-3 now, to the third-string quarterback. this is BS. Like, I know they want to be all excited about your Ducks and your Minshews, and there's 35,000 mustaches floating around Jacksonville. I'm still with Phillip Rivers. I want to be. How do they dig themselves out of this hole? I don't know. The last time that they've done this, the last 5 times they've done this, they haven't made the playoffs. I know that they like their backs to their wall. They can't run the ball. They've got a bunch of injuries after injury. Is it a wrap on the Chargers? I hate seeing the changing of the guard. I don't know how Phillip Rivers ever gets to the playoffs again if they're playing like this.
I know, and they've got nothing from Melvin Gordon coming back. My takeaway watching that game is that we're in the 100th season of NFL football, and this is the strangest acid trip of a quarterback season I've ever seen. I mean it. We got these roundtables with Aikman and Favre and Montana and name it, and we're looking at Devlin Hodges, Gardner Minshew, Kyle Allen, Ryan Fitzpatrick, Ryan Tannehill, Teddy Bridgewater, and they're all pretty good. I kind of like it. Devlin last night was amazing. Steelers fans took it over. So good.
That's trending on Twitter right now is a little Mike Hilton versus Phillip Rivers. Here's what happens. Of course, you got to think the Chargers are feeling some kind of way. They're being outplayed in their home. There's all the fans in the stadium that are waving the terrible towels. Mike Hilton goes over to the Chargers bench and starts waving. So
Your face that you guys got to hold that L. Take that L. Like, I'm not going to sit on Rivers' side of this one. Nah, I feel like that was inappropriate. You're going to put your hands on a man because he waved at you, because you're in your feelings as a quarterback, because you're at home and you're getting whooped by the Steelers? Nah, I feel like Phillip Rivers is inappropriate.
what do you guys think?
You know, it was weird. Hilton's reaction was everything. He thought it was kind of goofy. He wasn't combative. He wasn't fighting him back. He's kind of like, he knows that maybe if it was a different quarterback, like he knows that Phil Rivers is like sort of a patriarch. So, all right, Dad, I'm sorry. He thought he was having fun, so I didn't get heated.
They both kind of acted like that.
Competitive game, that's what it is. I'm just here for the Duck Dynasty.
You want more Duck Dynasty? Imagine if we started one. That's great. They played Duck Tales on NBC last night. The actual theme song. They did. Oh,
Whack.
Awesome.
Whack. Let's go to Rams 49ers highlights, also out there on the West Coast. Busy day in LA, and neither one of the home teams, though, had a great outing. There's Todd Gurley out with the quad injury. Rams, of course, have lost 2 straight. A lot of injuries for both teams. Jared Goff here fakes the handoff to Malcolm Brown. Pitches it to Robert Woods, takes it in for a touchdown. Okay,
all right, got it going.
Shake the rust off. We're good, right? Here we go. Not so fast. Because in the second quarter, McVay dials it up here. 4th and goal at the 1. We're going to go for this 7-7. And this is what the story has been all season long. Niners defensive front is being too tough up front. Big stop, and there's Robert Saleh. That is it, the man right now.
I think he was on camera more than Jared Goff.
Not enough. Not enough.
So.
That's it. Here's Goff. He's looking to pitch the ball. It's a fumble. 49ers, we're rolling here. The rookie, Darrell Henderson, could not believe it. Back to the sidelines, pal. He ain't Todd Gurley yet. Ensuing 49ers position, 3rd and goal. Rams, nope, can't stop him. Garoppolo with the sneak.
Wow!
Spikes Jimmy
Haven't seen
G.
that before, Jimmy.
Jimmy G's excited. All right, 4th quarter, Rams down 20-7. 3rd and 2 from the Niners 28. Here we go, Goff.
Ay.
Complete.
Art Simpson, ay caramba.
All right, so 4th down. We're going to go for it. 4th and 2, and you go to Cooper Kupp when you have to, right?
All over. Give me some Salah.
Is there any more Salah?
Can we get some Salah in
More
here?
Salah. There it is. Take another look.
Yeah, there it is. There it is.
Salah.
It's like my dad Chester every time he wakes up and watches Good Morning.
That's how excited he is?
Yes, just
Oh,
like that.
man.
He's
As
everybody's
excited as Chester, and he was. McVay, not as much. Let's hear Jimmy Garoppolo after the game. Victor's 5-0 start. What do you say, Niners Nation?
It's always good to be undefeated. You know, it's hard to win games in this league. So whenever you get the opportunity to go out there and win, I mean, we've been taking advantage of it. So it's just, we got to keep this thing going. You know, it's a good start, like I said, but we got a long way to go.
They improve to 5-0. People said, who have they played to this point? Well, they played the Rams. You can say the Rams have been on a little bit of a downturn, but they still beat the team that went to the Super Bowl last year and represented the entire NFC. How impressed were you guys by what this squad did?
Yeah, and they dominated the Rams.
They throttled them.
In their building. And if I'm going to hurt the Chargers fans and say that it was all Steelers, that place was all red yesterday, too. The Niners fans just invaded the Coliseum.
Faithful.
It was a sea of red. And the man of the highlight and the man is defensive coordinator Robert Saleh. If you did not see this game, it was a defensive showcase, and Saleh was the story, celebrating every which way on the sidelines, and that is what he does. He has the intensity. If you're wondering who he is and where he came from, he was with Kyle Shanahan in Houston. He was with Pete Carroll in Seattle. He was under Gus Bradley in Jacksonville. And Saleh's story is amazing. About 10 years ago, he was an analyst at Comerica Bank in Detroit. and he was like, I love football. I want to get into this. Left a very high-paying job.
Comerica Bank Stadium?
No,
What do you say?
Comerica,
Oh, okay.
the actual bank.
What?
Leaves to take a job as a quality control coach, makes no money, earns his way up the ladder, and now is in his third year as defensive coordinator, is getting head coaching talk. Those players love him. He is as intense off the field as he is on the field. Robert Saleh is the story this morning, and that defense deserves every bit of credit. Guess what? It's not pretty. They win games.
That stand they made inside the 5 back-to-back weeks they've done that. It is such a heartbreaker for opposing offense.
I know. It's a backbreaker. This team throttles people. And I make so many jokes about the aesthetics of this team and, Garoppolo and Shanahan and Lynch, but, they all look like a bunch of hot dads, but, they're all bad mothers. This team is real tough. And they're doing it on offense with Matt Breida and Tevin Coleman. Those are speed guys, but they go right up it's the toughest team I've seen right now. It's awesome.
Yeah, nasty tight end, by the way, too. George
Oh,
Kittle
my
had
gosh,
himself
Kittle
a day over
yesterday.
100
Wait,
yards.
Kittle was very injured yesterday. It's underplayed how hurt he was. They didn't know if he was going to go.
Still had 100 yards. That's how tough he is. I'll say this, #Bay Area bully ball. That's what these guys are. I don't need to say much more than that. Shout out to the 49ers, man. They're for real.
Get back to the 49ers, but we have a lot of questions about the Rams now. Let's bring in Ian Rappaport, our NFL Network insider this morning. Now, they could have used their running back, their star, their 21-touchdown guy from last year, Todd Gurley, to help sort of jumpstart this offense in this matchup yesterday. What can you tell us about what's going on with Gurley as we look ahead to Week 7?
No, obviously missed yesterday's game, which is why we saw a heavy dose of Malcolm Brown and Darrell Henderson, their young back who they drafted in the mid-rounds last year. But as far as Todd Gurley, my understanding is this is truly a week-to-week situation. In other words, not necessarily considered something that would keep him out. They're going to address this is a thigh injury, something that popped up late last week from the Thursday night game, kind of carried over. They thought he was going to be okay. By midweek this past week, it was not. Obviously, Todd Gurley did not practice. Also, by the way, got evacuated from his home because of wildfires, which doesn't help with anything. But the main thing here, Kay, is he is not ruled out for this week. He does have a chance to go. Not considered something long term. But the real issue is the thigh injury is on the same leg as his knee, which is why there's just not a lot of stability there and maybe made it tough to go.
Hopefully he can rest up. They do have the 1-5 Falcons up next and the Bengals, but Sean McVay is going to have to figure something out. He's dealing with the first 3-game losing streak of his NFL coaching career. Thank you so much, Rap Sheet. We'll talk to you in a bit. Another running back has the heart of one of the people here at the table.
You got?
His name's Nick Chubb.
That's right. He's best player on the Browns. Not good enough.
I was talking about you.
I know.
You love him.
I love Nick Chubb. He's fantastic.
Brent Oliver, the Seahawks. We'll talk Russell Wilson as well. Mr. MVP and Mr. MVP from last year, Mahomes, went up against Watson. This did not disappoint. I could watch this again.
You're right.
It could happen again. Is this a showdown of MVPs, or do we have to stick a running back in there from London?